Hi guys, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make these quadruple shells. To do this stitch, you can use any size yarn and any size hook that yarn recommends. I used worsted weight yarn, which is 4-ply for the US, 10-ply for Australia, and I'm using a 5mm hook or a size H hook for the US. The multiples of this stitch is 14 plus 4, and what that means is that you're going to crochet in sets of 14, 14, 14, 14 until you reach your desired width. Once you have, you'll chain 4 more and then you'll be ready to begin row 1. Okay, I have my sets of 14 and I have it the width that I want, so I'm ready to begin. I'm ready to do my plus 4 now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm ready to begin row 1. For row 1, you want to quadruple crochet in the 11th chain from the hook. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In this 11th chain, you want to put your quadruple crochet. And how to do a quadruple crochet is you're going to wrap your yarn around your hook 3 times. Then go into the stitch, pull up a loop. Now you're going to be yarning over and pulling through 2 loops at a time. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. You do it 4 times. Then chain 1, and that's your first quadruple chain 1. We're going to be working a total of 7 quadruples and 6 chain 1 spaces. So we have 1 of our quads done, so we need to do 6 more quadruple crochets, chain 1. So we're going to yarn over 3 times again, go back into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, do that 4 times, then chain 1. Now I've got my second. Remember, you need a total of 7 of these. So you want to continue to do that by yarning over 3 times, go into the same stitch, pull through 2 at a time, 4 times, chain 1. Now we have 3. So go ahead and continue doing this until you have a total of 7 quadruple crochets. Okay, I'm just doing my 7th quadruple crochet. Then chain 1 after it. Now you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So count and make sure you've got that before you move on. Then you want to skip over, let me find where my place is on the pattern here. Oh, skip 6 chains. Let me just make sure, look at my piece here. Okay. It says quad here, but it, I believe. Oh, yeah. Oh, I skipped ahead on the pattern. Whoops. Okay. So we need to skip 6 and double crochet in the 7th chain. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 7th one over here, we're going to put a double crochet. And this will anchor down our shell, our quadruple shell. It helps to spread it out. That's why I was thinking, you know, having it be a quadruple crochet would kind of defeat the purpose. So I knew something had to be wrong. And I did. I messed up and skipped the pattern a little bit. Okay, now that was our full stitch for the row. So we're going to just be repeating that. So when you've got done with your double crochet, again, you're going to skip over 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in the 7th you're going to do your quadruple crochet. We're going to start the first quadruple of our shell, and then don't forget to chain 1 after every quadruple. Okay, that's our first quadruple chain 1. Then we need to do that 6 more times for a total of 6 quadruple crochets and 6 chain 1 spaces. Chain 1. Okay, so go ahead and continue to do that, and I'll show you how to end row 1. Okay, just finished my last quadruple crochet and I chained 1. I'm going to count to make sure I have 7 quadruple crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now if you've reached the end of your row, you should have 7 chains on the end, because just like before, we're continuing with the pattern where we'll skip 6 stitches, and in the 7th, which one in this case is our very last stitch of the row, we'll do a double crochet, and that will end row 1. Okay, for row 2 is going to be super easy. By the way, the repeat for this stitch will be rows 2 through 5, so mark it on the video where you are right now. So for row 2, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you're going to work a double crochet, you're going to work a single crochet, only single crochets this whole row, and you're going to be working your first single crochet in the first double crochet of the row. Then you're going to work, you're going to skip this first chain and double crochet in the first quad. Then you're going to start double crocheting in the chain 1 spaces between your quads along with your quad stitches. So 1 single crochet in your quad stitches and 1 single crochet in the chain 1 spaces between your quad stitches. My own screen? No, not really. Sorry, it's hard to see. It's not as easy for my back. Okay, and this is my last quad here. And you're going to single crochet in your double crochet, and then you're going to move over to your next quad. So you don't really double crochet in between, like the chain space in between your double crochet in your quad. I'm just staying with 1 in the double crochet, and then once I put in a single crochet in my quad, then I'll put 1 in the next chain 1 space. Okay, I put it in the last quad, and then now I have this long chain at the beginning. You just want to put it in the top of the chain. Put a single crochet in the top of the chain, and that will end your row 2. Okay, for row 3, you want to begin by chaining 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then turn. Then in this same space here, you want to go ahead and put a quad in this very first stitch, and chain 1 after your quad. Always chain 1 after your quads. And you want to do that 2 more times. We want to work a total of 3 quads, chain 1, whoops, into this same stitch. So that's my second quad, chain 1. This is my third, chain 1. Okay, I got 3 quads, chain 1, plus my original chain 7, which also counts as part of the quad shell, quadruple shell. So now you want to find that center quad here. So you're going to be skipping 3, and you can be skipping 3 quads on this side and go to the center, and you can find it by seeing if there's 3 on quads on this side too. So 3 quads on this side, 3 quads on this side, you know that this is the center one, and that's the one we're going to be working in. You want to put a single crochet there. So I'm going to skip over my quads, 1, 2, 3, and in the top of the 4th here, I'm going to put a single crochet. Then I'm going to start working my next quad here, and that single crochet that's in the top of your double crochet. In this one, you're going to be making your next quad shell. So you're going to start by putting your quads here, total of 7 quads with chain 1 spaces. So just like before, you should have 7 quads and 6 chain 1 spaces. So yarn over 3 times, find that stitch, work your first quad, chain 1, and then work your second. Continue until you have a total. Oh, somebody out there just honking. Continue this until you have 7. Sorry if I'm going too fast. Just trying to get to the next section to instruct you guys. I'm sure by now y'all have the quad down, at least I hope so. Sorry if I'm annoying you by saying quad instead of quadruple. It just seems cooler. Doesn't it? Sounds cooler to say quad instead of quadruple. Okay, I think this is my last one. I'm going to check here in a minute. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm good to go. You don't really have to count the spaces. As long as you have 7, you're good. Okay, and again, we're going to find that center. So you can skip these 3 and know that this is where, in the middle here, where you need to put your single crochet. And then you're going to continue that down the row. So the next place you'll want to do another quad. But we did a half quad here. So now on the end we need to do another half quad. And to do that, you're just going to be working in the very last single crochet of your row. And you're going to be putting four quads in that. 4 quads of chain 1. So it's our first quadruple chain 1. Then you need to do that 3 more times. Do it 4 times. Okay, I just had to fix my yarn because I'd run out of yarn feed over here. Okay, it's my 4th and final quad there. I'm not going to chain 1 because it's pretty much the end of the row. So after your 4 quads at the end of the row, that is the end of row 2. I'm sorry. Once you have the end of your quads, it's the end of row 3. Right? 1. Oh yeah, because the single crochet row was number 2. So that's 3. So now we're on row 4. For row 4, it's going to be like row 2. You're just going to chain 1 and turn and start crocheting in your first quad, then in the chain 1 space. So again, your quad and all your chain 1 spaces, you will put a single crochet. Once you do in your last quad, come over, find your single crochet that you have here in the middle, put a single crochet. And then find your next quad, put a single crochet, and then in the chain 1 spaces between your quads. So go ahead and continue this all the way down your row for row 4. Okay, when you get to the end of the row 4, put a single crochet in the top of that chain 7, and that will end row 4. For row 5, which is the last row of the repeats, you're going to do a chain 1 and turn, and you're going to work a single crochet in the very first single crochet. Then you want to move on over, find where it dips here. This is where your single crochet is. You worked a single crochet in that single crochet, and now you want to start your next quad shell here in that stitch. So go ahead and yarn over 3 times, find that stitch, work your first quad and chain 1, and now you want to work 6 more quads in this stitch. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and don't forget to chain 1. Now we're going to come over here in the middle, and again we're going to find that center double crochet again and go up here where the single crochet is that's in the top of it. You want a single crochet. So from now on it's going to be single crocheting to anchor, and then you'll just move over to your next single crochet here that's in between and start your next set of quads there. And then when you get done with your set of your quad shell, then again you're going to single crochet in the middle of your, to anchor it down. And you're going to continue that all the way down your row, and I'll show you how to end row 5. Okay, I've reached into my row, and just like we were doing before, we were skipping 3, and in the top of the 4th we would put our single crochet. It's the same here, except our middle is now the very last stitch of our row. So after our last quad here, oh, I didn't chain 1, whoops. After the last quad, you want a single crochet in the very last single crochet of your row. Now it's going to be a repeat again, starting from row 2, where we're going to chain 1 and turn and put a single crochet in each of the quadruple crochets and the chain 1 spaces and in our single crochets. You're going to do that all the way across, and then you're going to start your you're going to chain 7 and then start your quads right off the bat like you did, half a one, sorry, you'll have a half a one like you did here on this side. So go ahead and back up the video for row 2 if I need to take you through the single crochet, or row 3 if you want to just finish the row real quick with single crochets, and then for row 3 I'll take you through how to make your quad stitches and stuff again. So that's it. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If this tutorial was helpful to you, please share my videos, like, comment down below. It helps me out so much. Also, if you always want to be notified whenever I release a new tutorial, which I try to do every week, you can go to my main YouTube page, Melodora 1, I believe is what it is. And you can, next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell button. Click that and it'll always notify you when I release a new tutorial. Oh, also if you're wanting to know the kind of hook I was using, this is a wooden furls hook. And this is a size 4 millimeter. It's called Streamline though. It has a sleeker end if you don't like the bumps. And it's still got the thickness that you can grab to crochet with. And it also comes with a longer hook, so it'll be easier to do things like this with. Oh, also I have a Facebook group called Crochet for the Masses. You can find the link down below as well. We go there, we share our pictures of our crochet projects, ask questions. It's a really nice place to go. I really hope that I see you there. That's it. Thanks so much for watching.